So in one of my recent videos I mentioned that I was going to start dabbling in the fine art of dehydrated food. I got a dehydrator and I'm going to start trying to dehydrate my own kind of camping food, kind of like the Mountain House, or those different ones that come in little packages. I like those kind of foods because you can just, all you got to do is boil water, which is easy, it's not messy, and you just pour the water in there, let it sit for a little bit, and then also keeps your pack weight lighter so you can go faster, farther, whatever. But, so my purpose today is to wander out here and eat spaghetti. That's pretty much my thing today. So good location for it, nice day, great weather. Sun's out but it's cool, so all is good. I've been hiking around this area for a while, kind of just exploring, messing around, filmed a couple things for some other videos that I have coming up. But now I'm hungry, so I'm going to make my spaghetti, which is why I came out here. Check this out. It's like a giant spaghetti cookie. Isn't that cool? So I'm going to find a little spot to hunker down. Get some firewood gathered up, and then all I got to do is get some water boiling, and I can dump it in there, and I'll have some spaghetti. And just gonna keep this thing going until it boils, and then I'll add it into my dehydrated spaghetti and find out how it works. I was also experimenting with this, and I wasn't going to bring this up because I'm ashamed of it. Not really, but I'm going to do a better version sometime. So this is dehydrated chicken, kind of like chicken jerky, mixed with soy sauce and red pepper flakes and sriracha, however you say that sauce. It's not bad, but as you can see, it's like black, and it's very crumbly, and it doesn't taste horrible. There's a slight burntness to it, because what happened, the recipe that I found said to, after it was done dehydrating, to pull it out and to put it into the oven at 275 for another 15 minutes. And I figured that was a good idea, just to make sure it was fully done, especially because I was messing with poultry here. So, getting close. But I should have checked it. I should have checked it in like 5 minutes, because it looked beautiful when it came out of the dehydrator, and then it came out of the oven. It just smelt burnt and looked burnt, and it doesn't have that jerkiness to it anymore. But it's still not bad. So I think it's done. Woo! Okay, experiment time. There's a couple ways you can do this to rehydrate this. You can actually pour it straight into the bag. Some people are scared about putting hot water into plastic. There's no BPA's in this kind of plastic. BPA's are in the harder plastic, like in water bottles, and even those, a lot of those don't have it in it anymore. So do your own research if you're concerned about that, but I think it's fine. I wouldn't pour it totally boiling into the plastic bag, because I wouldn't want to melt the bag. That'd be my main concern. I don't want to break up the noodles too much, because I want them to be long and spaghetti-like. So I'm going to bundle them. Yeah, there we go. I got a plan. Aha, beanie. Okay. Insulated beanie. And that is how I'm going to do that. So I got my spaghetti wrapped up in a beanie, soaking it up, and I'm going to let that sit for a bit, and then we'll see how it goes. Protein. So one of the things I need to learn more about is how to do protein. That chicken jerky, as I showed, needs some work. But another thing, this is something I bring out quite a bit. In fact, I think I had this on one of my other videos. This is just whey protein. I like whey protein because it mixes really easy. There's plenty other protein powders out there, but this mixes really easy. So if I want some protein with my meal, this is lightweight, it packs up easy, and all I do is I put the water right into the bag, and I use this kind of as my own shaker cup. And then I drink it right out of the bag, or you can pour it into a cup if you have one. You just shake it up. So this is where I'm saying, like, using this whey protein, it actually gets all the clumps out pretty easily just by shaking it like that, where some of the vegetable-based proteins, or even some of the other types of milk proteins like casein and stuff, will be clumpy. So this gives me protein to balance out my carbs, because a lot of people bring a lot of carbs out when they're out hiking and things, and you need carbs for energy, but if you just throw down a whole bunch of carbs, your blood sugars are going to be off balance. You need that protein to help balance out the blood sugar, so you're running on an even keel, and that's just how your body is most efficient, having the carbs, proteins, and even fat in your food. So I need to keep working on my burnt chicken recipe, so it is no longer a burnt chicken, because that'll be a good source of protein too, some kind of jerky. So I'm going to give my spaghetti a little bit more time in my little beanie cozy here, and then I'll see how it's doing. So it turned out fine. I used way too much water in preparing it, so I had to drain that off. But it's good stuff. Tastes like spaghetti. So the dehydrated spaghetti experiment was a success. And the chicken jerky stuff was actually not too bad either. It is a little toastier and crunchier than what I would have liked, but it's actually quite tasty, and I don't mind it too much. So it wasn't a total failure, but spaghetti, definitely a repeater. I'll have to experiment with different sauces, try to do a meat sauce or something like that too, get it a little bit more nutrients in. So I'm heading back now. This canyon all of a sudden got like icy cold. Sun's been kind of heading down. Well, still some time before the sun goes down, but like as you can see over there, still up over there and up in there. But when you're in the bottom of the canyon, sunset means something different, because it's getting cold out here, and there's like a breeze that keeps passing through, and that is cold too. So, and I'm not wearing a whole lot, so I'm gonna head out of here. But yeah, spaghetti was a success. Chicken wasn't bad either, and good stuff. So I will keep experimenting. I wanted to start out simple, but I'll keep experimenting. My ultimate goal is to be able to have real meals that actually taste good and provide the nutrients that I need for awesome adventures.